and welcome to Collaborate with Creative Commons Open Licensing Training for All. My name is Jennryn Wetzler, and I'm the Director of Learning and Training at Creative Commons, and I love getting the chance to talk to people about Creative Commons, the ways in which our open licenses and tools enable open access efforts, and how we hope to collaborate with more libraries. So first, a little bit about Creative Commons for those of you who may not be familiar with us. We are a global nonprofit dedicated to building a world where education, culture, and science are equitably shared as a means to benefit humanity. We built and steward the legal open licenses that power millions of people's unfettered access to creativity, culture, research, information, education, and more. Now considered the global standard for open licenses, we know of tens of billions of CC licenses being used to date on everything from books, manuscripts, syllabi, digitized art collections, data sets, music, architectural designs, PowerPoints, videos, and more. While our licenses have become the global standard, we also engage in advocacy efforts and capacity building efforts around the world to support these equitable, ethical, open sharing practices. And we want to give you the tools that might help you with some of your important work. One of our main capacity building efforts is the CC certificate training. Through the CC certificate program, Creative Commons is investing in a world where everyone has the legal tools to share their knowledge freely and expand global learning. CC certificate courses develop people's practical expertise in open licensing, copyright, the public domain, limitations and exceptions, and ways to engage in our open knowledge and culture movements. The program has certified over 2,000 people in 70 countries with this expertise to date. While Creative Commons courses are geared toward three audiences, academic librarians, educators, and then cultural heritage professionals, everyone is welcome to join the courses. So we've seen folks from law firms, from NGOs, college administrators, grad students, and more taking our courses. Courses generally take 10 weeks to complete online or 1 week to complete in person in a boot camp. And on average, participants estimate about 6 to 10 hours of work per week. So it's intensive. The CC certificate program was built for adapting and remixing. So far, we've seen remixes in 9 different languages, audio files made as well, a master's level course in open pedagogy created out of CERT content, LibGuides, faculty workshops, and so much more. So why am I telling you this? We're hoping to collaborate with you. So in the last couple years, we've been working hard to expand opportunities to remix content further by piloting partnerships for micro-credentials. We've also partnered with various institutions to offer certificate discounts to their faculty. So I'll tell you a little bit more about a few of these partnerships in case something like this helps or might support your work at your institution. And if so, I'd love to be in touch. So in terms of micro-credentials, or these kind of short-term offerings that develop a learner's competency in targeted marketable skills, here are 2. The first is Introduction to Open Educational Resources, our first professional development micro-credential course and partnership with the University of Nebraska at Omaha, which launched last year. This course remixes certificate lessons in open licensing, copyright, open education, fair use in the public domain, and content targets the ecosystem of scholarly and academic publishing and explores growing and managing open education efforts in these domains. Learners enrolled in this 9-week course will engage asynchronously and undertake an average of about 5 hours of work per week to complete the course. They receive a micro-credential for non-credit and professional education upon successful completion. We also partnered with Library Juice Academy to create an additional micro-credential course, which launched this January. Titled Creative Commons Licenses and Copyright From Concepts to Practice, the 4-week course introduces foundational concepts to librarians at all levels and in all types of libraries. So those concepts include the history of Creative Commons, an overview of the US copyright system, including limitations and exceptions, fair use and the public domain, and the 6 different licenses that we offer, as well as the 2 public domain tools. And in addition, we also talk about the foundational concepts of open licensing, open access, and open education. So the cool part about this course is that it offers participants the chance to choose their own adventure for the final week. The final week focuses on emerging trends as they relate to CC licensing. But participants can focus on open principles and the rise of AI, or open data considerations as 2 examples. Library Juice Academy offers micro-credentialing as well as 1.5 continuing education units or 15 professional development hours. Where the University of Nebraska at Omaha model had CC in more of a consultative role, the Library Juice Academy course was entirely created and facilitated by Shayna Hollick, CC's Learning and Training Manager. So it took about 6 months for the Library Juice Academy course to be drafted and to launch. And the University of Nebraska course took a little bit longer given the number of other stakeholders involved. But in both instances, there were a few crucial elements that made our partnerships successful. So I'll share those with you here in case they're useful to know. First, we had a memorandum of understanding and contract, which outlined the goal, key roles, responsibilities, and time frame for our work. We also had a mutually viable financial model, which ensured that the work would be sustainable for both institutions. And then we encouraged adaptability. Because these projects involved multiple stakeholders, we needed to remain flexible to meet differing needs. And then finally, trust. So working together has been easy because of our basis of trust in both institutions. So we share these key ingredients to the micro-credential pilots because we expect the partnerships can be replicated in a number of new communities. If you work at an institution and are interested in partnering with Creative Commons on a micro-credential course related to the CC certificate course content, please contact me. I'll share my email as well as the certificates webpage at the end of this. Beyond micro-credential course partnerships, though, we've had the pleasure of collaborating with systems to provide CC certificate course contents. So I'm going to pull up one of them. We've partnered with the BC campus community to ensure that more educators and librarians have the necessary open licensing to engage more in open educational practices and also increase opportunities for equitable access to education for all. So this means any educator or librarian within Canada's British Columbia post-secondary system served by BC campus can have a 15% discount on CC certificate courses. This enables people from 25 public institutions and 21 private institutions greater access to our certificate course content. Similarly, we partnered with the U.S. Midwest Higher Education Compact, or MEC, to enable another 15% discount on all of our online courses to institutions associated with the 5 regional compacts across the U.S., which cover all but I think 2 states. So again, if anyone is interested in partnering with CC, either to offer an institutional discount to their community members or to co-create a micro-credential, let's talk. We would love to be in touch. Thank you.